Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. From American Airlines Center in Dallas, tonight, the Dallas Mavericks getting set to match up with the San Antonio Spurs. The Spurs begin the game with the basketball. DeJounte Murray. Jay, 21 straight years the Spurs have made the playoffs. Last year, as tough as any for them to crack the top 8.
That goes to show you how talented of a coach Greg Popovich is. And at the beginning of the year, Ed, I told you without Leonard on the court, that a lineup of Paul Gasol, LaMarcus Aldridge, Rudy Gay, DeJounte Murray, Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker, and Kyle Anderson would be the 7th seed in the West and make the playoffs. Would you have believed me?
It takes a great conductor. Fires the 3. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Murray into the front court. Down 2 to Aldridge. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
Old school equals high percentage.
Dallas with the possession to Porzingis. Able to convert inside.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Murray with it. They trail by 2. DeRozan. Down to 5 on the 24th. Beyond the arc for 3. And the rebound belongs to the Mavericks. To Porzingis. Hardaway. Murray with the basketball. Down just a couple. To DeRozan. Here comes the screen. DeRozan. Tough make through traffic.
I was expecting the dish there, but way to fake that one and lay that one in.
Dallas owns the basketball. Doncic. Probing the defense. Doncic. Goes to the left side. Porzingis to Hardaway. That's usually one that he'll knock down.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
Nothing going here on that drive. Trying to cash in, knocks it down, off the step back.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Porzingis to Hardaway. Here comes the screen. Hardaway here against LaMarcus Aldridge. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
DeRozan with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. DeJounte Murray to DeRozan. Has a look. DeMar DeRozan. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Here comes the screen. Has a chance. And a put-back slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
San Antonio with the basketball. DeRozan. Jay, DeMar DeRozan fell in love with Toronto as a player and a person. But no question, DeRozan's playing with a chip on his shoulder.
He most definitely is, and he will embrace Greg Popovich and also the San Antonio Spurs. But I'm going to read you what DeMar DeRozan said. He said, people say, what are you depressed about? You can buy anything you want. I wish everyone in the world was rich so they would realize money isn't everything. It's about loyalty for DeMar DeRozan.
Using the post to his advantage there and the finish at the rim.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
DeRozan to Aldridge. Oh, emphatic slam.
And no emotion, just that ice-cold stare. That's a sign of somebody who's here to compete.
To Porzingis. Knocked loose. Picked up by the Spurs. DeRozan to Murray. That's no good.
And a lot of times in this league, teams take days off. But if this defense keeps maintaining that style of pace defensively, this is going to be a dogfight.
Scores from the post.
There you go, finally. Shoot your shot.
DeMar DeRozan with the basketball to Murray. DeRozan. Driving right to the basket. Powell with the rebound. Hardaway. And stuffs it home.
An easy two, get back on defense.
DeRozan with it. It's 14-12. To Murray. DeMar DeRozan. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Doncic to Porzingis. Trying to cash in. There's shot by Porzingis. Murray into the front court. The score, 14-all. DeRozan to Murray. Here comes the screen. Here's a chance from long range. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Great shot by the offense. But the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough two than a wide open three.
Doncic. He connects with the step back.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Spurs have it. DeJounte Murray to Aldridge. LaMarcus Aldridge. 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Doncic to Porzingis. To Luka Doncic. Down low for Powell. He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Now whistle. San Antonio is going to use a timeout as they'll talk things over in a one-point basketball game. Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Patty Mills. Aldridge to Patty Mills. Shot clock winding down. DeMar DeRozan. He's now 4 for 6.
That's what happens when you don't force shots. They were patient, they used almost the entire shot clock, and at the end, they got a wide open look.
To Luka Doncic. The drive, right to the basket. Split the D there, but he can't get it to drop. Mills in possession, up by 3. To Aldridge. With the fadeaway, burns him for the basket.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
To Porzingis. The screen sets him up for 2.
The pro game has really come down to PNRs. Let's see how the defense adjusts.
Spurs in possession. Patty Mills to Rudy Gay. Has a look. Gets a look. Can't hit.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
Porzingis with the slam. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
Patty Mills to Aldridge. LaMarcus Aldridge. He's been lights out so far. 5 for 5.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
To Seth Curry. Doncic. To Brunson. Nothing going here on that drive. Oh, bad pass taken away by the Spurs. Nice work, Patty Mills.
And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game. The harder you can cut is the more it opens up the floor to make plays just like that.
Doncic to Porzingis. Now a pass stolen by the Spurs. Taking advantage of the turnover.
And that is the sign of an unselfish team. When everybody in transition thinks they have a chance to get the ball because you have a willing passer, somebody willing to make other players on his team look great, that's only going to force your players to play that much harder on offense and give you more energy on the defensive end.
Brunson to Luka Doncic. Jakob Poeltl sends it away. A shot no good there by Curry.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
To Aldridge. Has a chance. A shot by Mills, no good. To Luka Doncic. Here comes the screen. Seth Curry matched up with DeRozan. Five seconds to shoot. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Who needs Steph? Who needs Dell when you have Seth?
I love the pure confidence on that jumper. He takes that 3 despite the defender being right in front of his face. That's borderline disrespectful.
Rudy Gay is going to get 3 shots here. For his career, 79% at the line. And hits the first free throw. Missed the middle one. One more coming. That's it for the first quarter. The Spurs have the lead. On to the second quarter. Jay, I don't know if we're going to see quite that level of offensive production that we saw to start this one.
You know why?
Why?
Because of the versatility. Because this is positionless basketball, which makes it beautiful to watch. Everybody can triple threat, dribble, drive, shoot the three, do things from long distance. It's a thing of beauty where this game is going.
To Cunningham. Knocked loose. Picked up by the Mavericks. Curling inside. Spinning shot. Won't fall. Had a chance, but it's no good.
And this happens all the time in this league. Sometimes offensively, you're tired. It's one of those type of nights. You combine that with the fact that the defense is hungry and active and contesting everything, that's why shots aren't dropping.
And that'll get out of bounds off one of the Mavericks. Patty Mills. To Aldridge. Nice pass to set things up.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Patty Mills to Aldridge. Almost unlucky bounce. Dallas has it. Brunson to right. Surveys the floor. Trying to cash in. Doesn't get the bounce.
And you hate to say this, but this is the reality of the matter. Sometimes it takes guys a little while to warm up into the game. Seems like they finally found their rhythm in the second quarter.
Patty Mills. And that one out of bounds off his spur. New blood coming in for both sides. Right with it. Down 8. Down low for Powell. He was hacked. They let it go. Bellinelli picked up by Seth Curry. Pass stolen by the Mavericks. Seth Curry sizing up Bellinelli. Has a look. Curry shot won't go. San Antonio ball. DeRozan to Cunningham. Missed the wide open look. Right with it. Margins 8. Has a chance. Can't connect.
See, the defender did a really good job. He stayed down. He didn't go and bite for all the head fakes. He waited until the last second to contest that shot. Way to know the scouting report.
DeRozan with the basketball. Up 6 to Aldridge. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Right with it. He'll run the offense. To Seth Curry. 5 on the shot clock for the Mavs. Mills with the rebound. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Right with it. They find themselves down 10. To Seth Curry. Here comes the screen. Seth Curry, defended by Cunningham. Off the mark. He loves the tough shots, but that one may be too tough. Right now, San Antonio's possession. Patty Mills. Fires the three. Cleans it up. The follow won't go either. Nice follow-up on the dunk there. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
DeMar DeRozan sends it away. That's going to get out of bounds. Last touch by DeRozan. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Right. To Hardaway. Shot clock coming down to 4. Down to 3. Almost, but no good. To Cunningham. DeRozan. Down low, Aldridge. Oh, nice find for the basket.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Nothing going here on that drive. Off the mark. What on earth was he thinking?
See, when good shooters catch, they just shoot. When bad shooters catch, they become hesitant, reluctant. That's the first sign of a guy that doesn't have confidence.
Aldridge. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
Did you see that change of direction mid-flight? And also the English he utilized to spin the ball off the rim? That was a thing of beauty.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Doncic to Hardaway. No good. To Aldridge. Shot from the lane won't go.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like the mere presence of him in the paint was enough to throw off the concentration of the guy trying to drop the layup in.
Doncic. To Porzingis. Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. For 3. Off the mark. No good. To Rudy Gay. Aldridge. Nice pass to set things up. And count the basket inside.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Mavericks with the possession. Doncic to Hardaway. And he slams it down. Big finish for Kristaps Porzingis.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
To Rudy Gay. Down low, Aldridge. Able to convert inside. Knocked loose. And that one out of bounds off a spur. It's going to stay with Dallas. Changes coming from both sides right now. Brunson to Luka Doncic. Shot clock winding down. Working hard on the glass. Hardaway to Brunson. Nice pass to set things up. And a throwdown.
An easy two. Get back on defense.
It's DeRozan controlling the offense. Probing the defense. DeRozan to Murray. Scores from the post. Doncic to Hardaway. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Murray into the front court. His guys hold a commanding lead. Trying to cash in. Gets a look. Can't hit.
And it's never a great thing when you're talking to yourself the entire next possession about the shot you just missed. Now you know you're in that player's head mentally.
To the rim. Lays it up and in.
Some players are just built to absorb the contact. He pretty much dusted that defender off like that was a bug at the park.
Doncic to Brunson. On the shot clock. Doncic to Brunson. Lets it fly from long range. Brunson forced that one. Well defended.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
DeJounte Murray. Down low, Aldridge. The pass set it all up.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
San Antonio with the basketball. DeRozan to Aldridge. Goes to the left side from long range. That's off the side of the rim, no good. Brunson to Porzingis. Short jumper stays out.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
Stuffs it down with authority.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Thanks, guys. Let's take a look at what went down so far in this one. The Spurs have built a comfortable lead. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the San Antonio Spurs. The Mavericks did a lot of things wrong in that opening half. At this point, it's all about pride and mental toughness. A comeback is not impossible, but it's also not likely. These are the guys getting buckets for the Dallas Mavericks.
Game track. Assists.
The San Antonio Spurs are showing us great team basketball here today. A combination of great ball movement and unselfish play is generating positive results. LaMarcus Aldridge is doing the most sharing with his teammates.
Player of the half.
LaMarcus Aldridge has the defense figured out, and his shots are falling for him. That's a lethal combination that will be hard to overcome.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in that first half. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Back to Ed and Jay to bring you the second half action.
Mavericks with the basketball. Doncic to Porzingis. Sizing up the defense. Has a look. And he scores. Unguardable, Jay.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
DeJounte Murray to Aldridge. Right time, right player.
Can't teach height.
From the outside, no good. Doncic to Porzingis. To Luka Doncic. 4-3. Luka Doncic, marked man, shot altered and no good.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
To DeRozan. Get the cameras out. Flash on.
That's going to make a nice poster.
Porzingis. Oh, bad pass. Taken away by the Spurs.
Ooh, I think people are leaving already.
Slams it down.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Spurs have it. Patty Mills. To Aldridge. It's rebounded by the Mavericks. To Luka Doncic. Porzingis. Here comes the screen. DeLon Wright, guarded by LaMarcus Aldridge. Porzingis. Yes, when this guy's open, look out. Nearly automatic.
I remember my high school coach said one man can't beat five. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
DeJounte Murray to Aldridge. And the basket good at the rim.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size. But in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Doncic to Hardaway. Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. And a chance coming up at the line.
Sometimes when you get up big, you get a little careless. But attention to detail through the end, that's how you avoid unnecessary fouls.
Knocks down the first. Goes 2 for 2. Spurs in possession. DeJounte Murray to Aldridge. Oh, good defense there as the Mavs take it away.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
To Porzingis. That's toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Nothing going here on that drive. Down to 5 on the 24. A tough shot. Hand in his face. He makes them pay.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
It's the Mavericks right now at the controls. Porzingis, guarded by Murray. To Wright. Five on the shot clock for the Mavs. To Porzingis. Going to launch beyond the arc. Kristaps Porzingis is going to get a chance at 3 here. For his career, 80% at the line. First one goes down. Second and 3, off the mark. Whoops, that won't go. Kristaps Porzingis swats it.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
To Luka Doncic. Nice pass to get things going.
It's really a dope thing when passing becomes infectious. But don't become overly passive. Still take your shots when they're there.
To DeRozan. Here comes the screen. DeRozan. Nice pace. Sets it up and slams it down.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Dallas with the possession. Oh, he can't connect. Doncic. And look out. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters. But when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
DeRozan. That won't go. Hardaway. It's good. Not necessarily his comfort zone. They dared him. He scores.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always pick.
Oh, that's out.
Out of here. It always looks cool, but guess what? You're still on D.
It's that time. Rick Carlisle going to his bench. Not done yet. Brunson. To Seth Curry. Fires the three. Who needs Steph? Who needs Dell when you have Seth?
Well, that change is inevitable. And one of the things that continues to fascinate me about this game, usually when you see a good three-point shooting team, their shoulders are square to the basket. That's no longer the case in today's game. These guys are off balance, they're moving different ways, yet they still have extreme shot-making ability.
Dallas owns the basketball. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket. Spurs will take the timeout as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Spurs have it. Brunson. To Seth Curry. Dallas with 4 to shoot. To Brunson. Knocks it down from mid-range.
You know, everyone gets lucky from time to time. You played the probability game perfectly on that possession.
To Rudy Gay. Able to convert inside.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Brunson to Seth Curry. Five on the shot clock for the Mavs. Beyond the arc for 3. Not that time. He missed it. Jakob Poeltl pins it.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Shot from the lane won't go. Here comes the screen. To Rudy Gay. Here's a chance from long range. Misfires. It's no good. Brunson. Knocked loose. Picked up by the Spurs. And he's fouled. Earns a trip to the foul line, Jay.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
First try at the line, no good. Missed the second as well. Dallas has it.
Here we go. My ball.
Brunson. No good. Seth Curry against White. And that'll get out of bounds off one of the Mavericks. They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. Mills in possession. It's an 8-point lead. To Rudy Gay. Oh, he had him there for a second. A drive to the basket, but it somehow stays out. Mavericks with the possession. Brunson. Now a pass stolen by the Spurs.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you'll be able to stop a great passing team.
A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
So many times you can tell if a player is going to finish before he even gets to the rim. Did you see that look on his face? That was the look of a three-point play. You're always going in thinking you can get more at the rim.
To Patty Mills. 5 to shoot for San Antonio. Knocks it down off the step back.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Brunson. Oh, bad pass. Taken away by the Spurs. Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Brunson. San Antonio ball. And finishes strong.
How about right after the dunk, he looks right over towards the bench, gets a call from the coach about what defense they're in, and then gets his team set. Those are people that are able to lead men.
Corner three at the buzzer. That ends the third quarter. The Spurs way out in front. It's the Spurs with the basketball. As we begin the fourth quarter, they have clearly been the better side so far. Jay, that's reflected on the scoreboard.
Well, the cardinal rule in the game of sport is whenever you go into the fourth quarter, it's 0-0. You have to play the game with the scoreboard saying 0-0. And if you can win that game by double digits, then you've done your job in the fourth.
The Spurs with 4 in the shot clock. Has a chance. The screen sets him up for 2.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Mavericks with the basketball. Brunson. Oh, great defense there, forcing the pickup. To Brunson. 5 on the shot clock for the Mavs. It's no good. If he takes those shots, he'll be back on the bench in no time.
See, when good shooters catch, they just shoot. When bad shooters catch, they become hesitant, reluctant. That's the first sign of a guy that doesn't have confidence.
Rebound cleared by Dallas. Here comes the screen.
Screen right.
To Brunson. Trying to cash in. Add 2 points to the board.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
To Rudy Gay. Patty Mills to Rudy Gay. Here comes the screen. Has a look. Deep 2 there. Won't go. Brunson. Here comes the screen. Driving right to the basket. Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Scores from the post.
Old school equals high percentage.
To Brunson. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
And Ed, here's my offensive theory. More touches, more points. This is a fast-paced league. Either the coaches adapt or you'll be left behind.
Rudy Gay to Patty Mills. Won't go. All by himself. Creates his own shot there.
And did you see the lift on the shot? Did you see the ball release off the hand? To be able to have the concentration to finish with such a feathery touch in the midst of contact, that's something special to watch.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. From the painted area, won't go down. Goes reverse to lay it in.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
It's the Mavericks right now at the controls. To right.
Got something for him.
Take stock of the floor.
I told you the screen was coming.
Count the basket inside.
When you're a EuroLeague MVP at the age of 19, let me break down why your game is perfectly suited at the PG spot to be a dominant one in the league. Because Luka Doncic is a technician offensively. In any screen and roll opportunity, he makes the simple read. He's not the most dynamic player offensively. He doesn't have Ben Simmons' athleticism. But what he does have is Rajon Rondo vision mixed with a jump shot where he can beat you any and every way he wants to.
To Porzingis. Oh, he had it. To Rudy Gay. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Tough shot. He hits.
For average shooters, that's not a great shot. But for a great shooter, that's a good look.
Porzingis. To Luka Doncic. Now a pass stolen by the Spurs.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
To Rudy Gay. Pass stolen by the Mavericks. Here comes the screen. Fires the three. Luka Doncic, marked man. Shot altered and no good.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Fine to shoot. To Rudy Gay. Off the mark.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical.
Stuffs it down with authority.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Finish that.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
Short jumper off the mark. Right now, San Antonio's possession. To Rudy Gay. Rudy Gay slams it down.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Lyles grabs the board. Murray with it. His team on top by 13. Oh, cool. Backs his man down for the basket.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
And a nice finish at the rim.
Some players are just built to absorb the contact. He pretty much dusted that defender off like that was a bug at the park.
DeRozan with the basketball. To Cunningham. Probing the defense. Kristaps Porzingis. Huge block.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Five to shoot for San Antonio. And he hits.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
I'm here.
With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
DeJounte Murray to DeRozan. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Dallas with the possession. Doncic to Seth Curry. And scores. Strong take.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Murray with the basketball. The advantage is 13 points. To Aldridge. Able to convert inside.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in a zone by himself.
To Porzingis. Hardaway. It goes down. Oh, he's feeling good. Maybe too good.
Here's what's brilliant about Luka Doncic. Everybody thinks that you need to be fast or be able to ISO somebody and create your own shot with your speed or your athleticism or your explosiveness. That is not the case. Doncic is 6'8", 230 pounds. Put that smaller guard on your hip, post him up, walk him down, shoot shots over the top. If you have an uncanny style of play, that game can reward you a ton in this league.
Dallas owns the basketball to Seth Curry. Surveys the floor. Nothing going here on that drive. Seth Curry to Luka Doncic. Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot to Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic slams it down. He's been a one-man show, but Jay, they're still down in this one.
He's their lone bright star, their only star tonight. Some other of the supporting cast members really need to step up.
Doncic. Easy path to the rim.
Well, some players just have that innate ability to let the game reveal itself. And that's the patience that Doncic has. He also has the height at 6'8". He can see over smaller defenders to make that easy pass.
Right through the heart of the defense. The layup is good.
Ed, you're allowed 2 steps after you pick the basketball up. It doesn't matter which feet you step with, but 2 counts.
Doncic to Hardaway. It's DeRozan. Probing the defense. Takes stock of the floor. DeRozan with a shot off the mark. on the follow. Way to stay with it.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Knocks it down off the step back. Now whistle. San Antonio's going to use a timeout. High fives all around. This game is well in hand in the final minute. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. It's the Spurs who are victorious as they win this one handily. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Mccollum saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Spurs edged out a close victory in today's game. You ask me, and I'll tell you, it was the ball movement that made all the difference. There's something to be said for a team that can win as a group, and that's what happened here today. Check out the leading scores for the San Antonio Spurs. The Mavericks finished on the losing end of a close score. While they did put together quite a highlight reel of dunks in this matchup, they did not put together a win. As we all know, style points never show up on the scoreboard. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Dallas Mavericks.
Game track. Field goals.
This was a matchup in which solid shooting was prominently on display. I definitely enjoyed it. Like I'm loving enjoying all of these highlights right now. Great job of effective, efficient scoring from these squads.
Player of the game.
LaMarcus Aldridge read the defense perfectly, and his teammates reaped the benefits with easy baskets. Here we go with the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose, and it's been our pleasure to present you with some NBA basketball.
It's NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Mccollum. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. We're at Vivint Smart Home Arena in downtown Salt Lake City. Tonight, it'll be the Utah Jazz taking on the Portland Trail Blazers. The opening tip won by the Jazz as we get started in Salt Lake City. Jay, we talk about it all the time. The coaches in this league, who best puts their players in a position to shine? And now I give you Quinn Snyder.
I remember Quinn Snyder, after an ugly loss to Atlanta last year, really made some changes to their system. And here's the thing I love about Quinn Snyder. He recruited me when I was 15 and 16 years old. He was an assistant coach at Duke. The way he spoke to me really got me to buy in. He taught me that it was about being part of something bigger than yourself. And when you buy into what Quinn Snyder preaches, that's how you end up beating OKC in the first round NBA playoffs.
And draws the contact. So, Rudy Gobert going to the line for 2 shots.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let him know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
Rudy Gobert has got 2 shots coming. Not the best career mark, 62%. First one, count it. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Portland has the ball. Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. Anthony. His first effort off the mark. Mitchell with the basketball. Leads 4. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. The results, he's going to the line.
You got to know your personnel. That's not someone you want to send to the line for a free 2.
Donovan Mitchell at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 80% at the line. Knocks down the first. And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. Oh, he had it. Mitchell with it up top. A minute gone by here in the opening quarter. Hassan Whiteside. Huge block.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
That's what you've come to expect. Your best players making baskets.
The great defenders, the ones that really earn their paycheck, are the ones that refuse to be screened. You stuck to that screen like Velcro.
McCollum with the basketball. They trail by 7. Rudy Gobert tips it.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Donovan Mitchell with the rock. Got it.
Because in certain players' mind, it doesn't matter if they're amongst the trees or not. They're always going to be the giant in the paint.
Terry Stotts will go ahead and use the timeout. His guys have come out flat. Slow start in this first quarter. 49 wins for the Trailblazers last year. That was good for third in the West. Jay, what's your projection for this season?
Well, the projection is that they can't afford to stumble out of the gates, which they've done over the last couple of seasons. Unfortunately, I think this team is stagnant to a certain degree. They have great talent, but I don't think they have the pieces to win in the gauntlet of the West.
Five to shoot to Ken Bazemore. For three. Tough shot there for Bazemore. No good.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Jay, they've been waiting for that to go down, but here they are trying to chip away and cut into this margin.
And there's nothing more frustrating as a shooter to get open looks and not see the ball go in. But if they do, that could be the start of a problem.
Donovan Mitchell with the rock. Took it down the lane, but it's no good. Anthony. Here comes the screen. To Anthony. Fires the three. Another chance. Joe Ingles. That's what you'd like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
McCollum into the front court. Down 8. To Ken Bazemore. Whiteside to Anthony. From long range. That's off the side of the rim. Short. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
McCollum with the basketball. Trailing by 10. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
I like that aggression early. You never just settle for jumpers. You attack, you attack, you attack. Then when they back off, you'll have room to shoot that, Jay.
Right.
To Anthony. Nothing going here on that drive. Anthony's shot won't go on the drive to the basket.
And you see so many players quit on the play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
As a player, there's nothing better than coming out in the first quarter and playing exactly the same way you played the last couple of days of practice. You're moving the ball, you're capitalizing on mistakes, and you really built a nice lead.
Here comes the screen. Jazz have it. Going the other way. To Joe Ingles. Fires the three. Buries the three. He's too good to leave that open. Terry Stotts will go ahead and use the timeout. His guys have flat out sleepwalked. It's been a brutal first quarter.
Ed, do you think we just saw an anomaly? Do you think this team could really sustain that kind of pace in the second quarter? I don't think so. I think we're going to find ourselves in the ballgame pretty soon.
Time for some new personnel into the game.
Number 0, Damian Lillard.
Lillard to Anthony. Rudy Gobert returns last year. The Jazz go on their run. Jay, how reliant is Utah on the Frenchman?
I would say pretty heavily, considering he's the reigning NBA Defensive Player of the Year. This team has to win it on the defensive end. That is the mentality of the Utah Jazz.
To Ken Bazemore. Here comes the screen.
Watch the screen.
Nothing going here on that drive. Right! Knocked away. It's getting dangerous down there.
And I hated getting my shot blocked like that, but I did like getting the ball right back.
Lillard. C.J. McCollum. Those shots today have been few and far between in what has been an uneasy first quarter.
And Ed, sometimes that's all you need. Just get one or two to fall. Find the rhythm, find the rhyme. You got plenty of time.
Mitchell with the basketball. His guys leading by 14. And abuses the rim with the slam. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Kicks it around the perimeter. Nothing's going to stop him in pursuit of the basketball. That's out of bounds. Last touch by the Jazz. So it remains Portland basketball. Quinn Snyder's going to give a few of his guys a breather. Lillard. That's how you defend.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Mitchell matched up with Carmelo Anthony. 5 to shoot for Utah. Mitchell. Great defense, forcing the miss. McCollum into the front court. His guys down big. Lillard to McCollum. Going to launch beyond the arc. Those shots today have been few and far between in what has been an uneasy first quarter.
And Ed, sometimes that's all you need. Just get one or two to fall. Find the rhythm, find the rhyme. You got plenty of time.
Got it at the line. Changes coming from both sides right now. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Great shot by the offense. But the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough two than a wide open three.
Lillard guarded by Green. Time to shuffle things up. In the rim.
Whew, I don't think anyone saw this one coming, but it looks like they're trying to send a message. Look into their eyes. They're laser focused. They're playing as if this game is tied.
To Lillard.
Green, get over, get over.
Knocked loose. Great hustle. That's what you like to see. That's out of bounds. Last touch by the Jazz. So possession stays with the Blazers. Lillard. No good. That's great defense.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
George Niang against Tolliver. The drive right to the basket. Short jumper won't fall.
And that's next level defense. The defender took away the pocket space of the shooter. Now, as a shooter, they shoot hundreds of shots each and every day from that pocket with consistency. Now you force them to change the angle or the positioning of that pocket, you're going to lower the chances of them making that shot.
Driving right to the basket. And the nice finish at the rim.
I could see the beads of sweat forming when he had to put the ball on the ground there. You still got it, though.
Lillard. Off the mark. Well contested.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Lillard. Jazz pick it up.
Why not? Let's keep the crowd in it.
Almost. Tough shot in traffic.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
Screen's coming. Here it is.
A drive baseline, but the shot won't go. And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let him know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
Tony Bradley at the line. First one goes down. Second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2. Trying to cash in. A fundamental shot right there.
Finally. I mean, finally something goes their way. I don't think I need to tell you, but this has been a disaster of a first quarter. They just need somebody to get hot, and then they need to come together as a team and get a few stops.
Exum into the front court. His guys holding the big lead. Using the post to his advantage there, and the finish at the rim.
There you go, finally. Shoot your shot.
Oh, good defense by the Jazz as they come away with the steal. Taking advantage of the turnover.
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace.
Here's a chance from long range. Knocks it down.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
A pass stolen by Portland. Here's Exum. His guys hold a commanding lead.
I got him. Yeah, keep him hit. Got him. D up, baby. D up.
Jumper's good.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Tony Bradley able to recover with the block.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Wide open look won't go.
0-4 to start the game. Don't worry about that. You can make your next 6 shots and then be 6 of 10 from the field. That's 60%. That can get you 80 million.
And count the basket.
Another possession they were forced to take a tough shot. This time they got it to go, but they need to do something different to start creating more open look opportunities.
Split the D there, but he can't get it to drop. The follow won't go either.
One of the best kept secrets in the game, utilizing a head fake. Get the defender in the air, crack into him. Don't give the refs any excuse not to call foul. I put that one on you. You went up a little bit lazy.
Double figures in the first quarter, now at 10, including that 3.
And the more and more I watch, I become mesmerized with that follow-through. That release is effortless.
We're through one at Vivint Smart Home Arena with the Jazz on top. We'll come back to Salt Lake City after this. You're tuned into the NBA on EA Sports. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Portland's got it. Lillard to Whiteside. Goes to the right side. McCollum. Here comes the screen.
Take that. I got yours.
To Anthony. Lets it fly from long range. It's no good. Shot's not going down. Exum into the front court. Looking to make something happen.
Make it hard on him. Let him easy. I got double.
And he finishes at the rim.
I don't know if there's too many games in a row, not enough rest time, but it looks like the defense is stuck in the mud. Heavy legs never equals great D.
Second effort. And draws the foul. So Hassan Whiteside will go to the line to shoot 2.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
Hassan Whiteside, a couple of free throws on the way. Not the best career mark, 62%. Nope, first one does not go. Missed the second. 0 for 2. Jazz have the ball. And the rebound comes down to Portland. McCollum with the basketball. We're a minute into the second quarter. Had made his first couple, but he misses there.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Hassan Whiteside snatching it out of the air.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
C.J. McCollum. He's 3 of 5, 60% shooting from the field.
Because in certain players' mind, it doesn't matter if they're amongst the trees or not. They're always going to be the giant in the paint.
To Joe Ingles. A bad pass there. Blazers have it. From the painted area, won't go down. Utah with the possession. And he's going to the free throw line.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Tony Bradley has got 2 shots coming, shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. Two for 2 on that trip. Lillard.
Hey, lock up, lock up.
Epe Udo pins it.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
A pass stolen by Portland to McCollum. C.J. McCollum. He's now 4 for 6.
One of the most underrated backcourts we have in the league. Dame with an assist to CJ is something we hear all the time. No, we actually don't. We should probably hear a lot more of that.
Scores from the post.
You feel that? I see the confidence building. Right down the lane, but the shot won't go.
Jay, 48 wins for Utah last year. Good for 5th in the West. What's the forecast now?
I know Jazz fans may hate me on this one, but they'll be 5th or worse. And the reason why I'm saying this is that every team above them has 2 superstars or more. Who's going to be that second superstar to go along with Donovan Mitchell is a big-time question for Quinn Snyder.
Here comes the screen. The drive, right to the basket. Right down Broadway for the 2. Defender has to pick him up.
Bread and butter. And there are a few that can do it better off the screen.
Jazz will take a timeout as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. New blood coming in for both sides. Dante Exum sizing up the all-star Lillard. To Gobert. Can't connect from inside. And look out. Big finish at the rim. Where did that come from?
It's like he got in an elevator and went to floor 8. And Ed, I have to say something, okay? 6'3", 6 feet, 5'11", those aren't small guys. In the big scheme of things, they're pretty tall compared to the average person in public.
I feel like you're speaking from experience.
Everyday experience, my friend. Every day.
Donovan Mitchell with the rock. It's a big finish.
For any fans out there that thought Donovan Mitchell didn't put any stock into the fact that he was not the Rookie of the Year, you are wrong. Donovan Mitchell is that type of guy that uses everything in his power to fuel him to be the best on the court each and every day. If that was a campaign he built with Adidas, rookie question mark, it doesn't matter. That perceived failure is something that will only make this kid better tomorrow.
Lillard. 4-3. Still hasn't hit from deep in the first half. No good.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
A bad pass there. Blazers have it. McCollum against the former Hoya. Knocked loose. Jazz have it.
Keep your foot on the gas, but don't get too reckless.
And the finish. Slam dunk.
You used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are two different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
McCollum into the front court. Down a bundle. To Ken Bazemore. Nothing going here on that drive. McCollum to Lillard. Beyond the arc for 3. He is yet to hit one tonight. No good.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Rudy Gobert. 2 of 4 now.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
A good defense by the Jazz as they come away with it.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Count it. No and 1. There was some contact there.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
We'll get a stoppage here. Timeout Portland as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. We have both squads set to make some moves right now. McCollum. To Joe Ingles. Shot from the lane won't go. Oh, not a good pass there as it's stolen by Utah. Tough shot and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Dame rises. Not going down for him this time. The follow won't go either. A pass stolen by Portland.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Hassan Whiteside sends it away. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Hassan Whiteside. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Oh, bad pass there. Blazers have it. Anthony. Misfires. It's no good. Utah ball. And the finish at the rim.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
And hits for two.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Mitchell with it up top. He'll run the offense. Throws it down.
Like my old coach used to say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's way too easy. Just keep attacking. It's easy money.
For three. Cleans it up. Offensive board. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Mitchell with the basketball. His guys holding the big lead. And finishes strong.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Lillard. Oh, good defense by the Jazz as they come away with the steal. It was right there. Whiteside. Oh, good defense by the Jazz as they come away with it. To Joe Ingles. Over to the right side. Fires the three. Won't go down. Anthony. It's rebounded by Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell with the rock. To Gobert. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
And Damian Lillard, right in his wheelhouse, hits the catch-and-shoot three.
I hope everyone here knows the golden rule. Guys, remember, sharing is caring.
No good. Oh, it looked like he may have gotten him there. Oh, emphatic slam.
Not a Ferrari, definitely not a Lambo, but hey, get you from point A to point B.
Mitchell with it up top. His guys hold a commanding lead. And the slam.
You never want to leave anything to chance when you attack the rim. You finish strong every time you head home.
Oh, not a good pass there as it's stolen by Utah. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Lillard. Drive on the baseline, but his shot stays out. Great feed. Wide open look, won't go.
This game is all about the small victories, though. The execution on that play was on point. You keep executing like that, those shots are going in eventually.
He throws it down.
And that transition offense was flawless when guys fan out and actually fill the lanes with a sense of urgency. You heard me correctly, a sense of urgency. You will get a great shot every possession.
Shifting gears, here come some substitutions. Lillard.
Screen coming.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Damian Lillard at the line for a chance at a three-point play. Career 88% from the line. Free throw up and good. It's a three-point play, but a rare spot as they continue to trail big. Rudy Gobert sends it away.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Slams it down.
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace.
To Whiteside. Knocked loose. Jazz pick it up. Ingles, defended by Lillard. Down low, it's Mitchell. Turns and slams it down. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
It's Portland ball. Here comes the screen. Lillard to Anthony. From long range, and Carmelo Anthony, zero hesitation as he knocks down the three.
I mean, does he have eyes in the back of his head or what? I get paid money to watch and study this game daily. Even I didn't see that angle.
Doesn't have the touch, no good.
My ball.
Here comes the screen. Great defense there, forcing the pickup. Knocked loose. Desperation shot here from half court. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jalen Rose, and this is your EA Sports Halftime Report. The Jazz have built a comfortable lead. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers. For the Utah Jazz, the Trailblazers may be in the building, but they did not show up for this game. The way they struggle doesn't bode well for them at all. But if they've got some fight in them, we'll know right away in the third quarter. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Portland Trailblazers.
Game track. Bench points.
The Portland Trailblazers were not given a chance to relax in that opening half. Even when the starters were on the bench, the reserves were maintaining the lead and earning their playing time.
Player of the half.
The film speaks for itself. He's definitely the player of the half. Now he just got to give an encore to get his team to win.
Who was cold?
No one wants to be picked for this segment, but he couldn't avoid it. Maybe he'll turn things around in the second half. These are the top plays from the opening half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Back to Ed and Jay to bring you the second half action.
Trailblazers with the basketball. Lillard to McCollum. Screen coming. Anthony. Yes, Carmelo Anthony. Not looking pretty. 3 for 10.
And Melo will be the first one to tell you this. He's not ready to be a role player just yet. He can still put up points in bunches. Didn't shoot the ball that well last year. Averaged around 16 a game. The lowest total of his 15-year career. Wow.
Lillard to Anthony. Oh, a lot of contact. Shots no good and no foul. Donovan Mitchell with the rock. Nice pass to get things going.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Lillard to Anthony. Lillard, well defended.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
To Gobert. From the painted area, won't go down. Anthony to McCollum. Here comes the screen. Fires the three. Can't get the bounce.
That's me. I got ball.
Nice pass to set things up. Gets to the basket and scores.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Mitchell against the Lehigh product. To Joe Ingles. Going to launch beyond the arc. Had made his first couple, but he misses there. And a putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Now the Blazers will use a timeout as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. Lillard to Anthony. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. It's corralled by Ingles.
And you knew this game had a chance to get out of hand pretty quickly because of the communication. When these guys stepped on the court, Ed, they were yapping back and forth to each other. And that kind of communication, that kind of collective responsibility to one another, you feel that on the court. That's why this team is special.
Oh, emphatic slam. Where did that come from?
It's like he got in an elevator and went to floor 8. And Ed, I have to say something, okay? 6'3", 6 feet, 5'11", those aren't small guys. In the big scheme of things, they're pretty tall compared to the average person in public.
I feel like you're speaking from experience.
Everyday experience, my friend. Every day.
Lillard to Whiteside. Anthony to Whiteside and throws it down. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Lillard to Whiteside. Knocked loose. Jazz have it. Right down Broadway, 4-2.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Driving is Lillard, but his shot won't fall. And the basket good at the rim.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Lillard, not that time. He missed it.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
C.J. McCollum at the line for 2 shots. A career 84% free throw shooter. Misses the first. Missed the second one as well. Mitchell with the basketball. He'll run the offense and draws the contact. So, Rudy Gobert going to the line for 2 shots.
I say this a lot, and it's only because coaches harp on it all the time. Read the scouting report. Know who you can and should send to the line. This is a case of knowing a shooter probably had a better chance of hitting a jumper than he does of hitting the free throws.
To McCollum. To Lillard. Here's a chance from long range. Tough shot. Well defended.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Hey, lock up.
Baseline drive. He gets it.
And a lot of folks last year, including myself, were surprised that Dame was named first-team All-NBA ahead of Russell Westbrook. Look, I love Dame's game, but come on, man. Russ averaged a triple-double for the 2nd season in a row. Stop it.
And now he's going to shoot a few more as he's fouled going up for it.
I can't believe I'm about to say this about an NBA team because this is what I say to my grammar school team. But just because a team is down on the scoreboard doesn't mean you stop playing hard and smart. You really have nothing to lose but really good habits to gain.
And he connects on the first free throw. And gets both to drop at the line. They've got it now. To Joe Ingles. Hassan Whiteside rejects it.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
I don't know if there's too many games in a row, not enough rest time, but it looks like the defense is stuck in the mud. Heavy legs never equals great D.
And abuses the rim with the big finish.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. off the mark on his free throw. Lets it fly from long range. Off the mark. To McCollum. C.J. McCollum. With that, he's 5 for 9.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Utah's got it. To Joe Ingles.
Pick him up, pick him up.
Goes to the left side. 4-3. That one off the mark. It's no good. McCollum with the basketball. His guys down big. Beyond the arc for 3. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
The post-shot confidence is everything. He's still running down the court, holding his extension.
Here's Exum. Looking to make something happen.
Match up, match up, match up.
To Joe Ingles. Nothing going here on that drive. For 3, and he knocks it down.
Well, that change is inevitable. And one of the things that continues to fascinate me about this game, usually when you see a good three-point shooting team, their shoulders are square to the basket. That's no longer the case in today's game. These guys are off balance, they're moving different ways, yet they still have extreme shot-making ability.
Won't go. Exum into the front court. His guys holding the big lead. And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Tony Bradley with a piece.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
And C.J. McCollum, zero hesitation, knocks down the 3.
Just let me break down to all the young players at home how special of a pass this was. That was a perfect delivery, and it hit the player right in the chest.
To Joe Ingles. Has a chance. Wide open. Too easy. You can't give him that look.
These breakdowns happen because a team lacks communication. You have to point towards your man, keep that butt towards the baseline, and make sure you communicate through every screen.
Screen coming to Ken Bazemore. McCollum knocks it down. Defender has to get there next time.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
Oh, he can't connect. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Can't connect from in close. And scores.
You see, this is why players get out here hours before the game and they get a really good lather.
Here's Exum. His guys hold a commanding lead. Fires the 3, not getting the bounce. From long range. Missed it. Layup goes down. Well done.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
A big finish at the rim.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Driving right to the basket. Scalabiciere swats it.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
to Whiteside. Slam dunk.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
To Joe Ingles. Count it.
Because in certain players' mind, it doesn't matter if they're amongst the trees or not. They're always going to be the giant in the paint.
Count the basket inside.
Good money.
To Joe Ingles. Anthony Tolliver with the block. That's out of bounds. Last touch by the Jazz. Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Full throttle right to the basket for the deuce.
Okay, you don't get a 10 for style points, but it worked.
To Joe Ingles.
I'm in. Oh, yeah.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
George Niang trying to cash in on the three-point play. Shoots it at 75% for his career. Free throw good to cap off the three-point play as they continue to open things up here in the third quarter. Trailblazers take over. McCollum to Whiteside. Surveys the floor. McCollum. Finishing inside the paint on that one. Deep 3 at the buzzer. Third quarter comes to an end. The fourth quarter on the way. The Jazz in command of this one. It's Utah basketball as we begin the fourth quarter, and it might be time to empty the bench, Jay. This game appears to be well in hand.
And their starting five has certainly earned the fourth quarter off. They've been terrific this ball game. And this is the type of game where you find a chance to relax. You ice up, you watch your other teammates play, you applaud them, and you get ready for the next game.
Portland has the ball. Lillard defended by Green. Here comes the screen. To Lillard. Nothing going here on that drive. Lillard. Shot by Lillard, no good. Great feed, sets it up. Big finish at the rim.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry four other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Lillard to Whiteside. Jazz pick it up.
You got to go for the score here right now in this possession.
That is great vision to set it up. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Deep right corner to Gobert. Oh, had him going there for a second. Mitchell trying for a 30-point night, but it's no good. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Hassan Whiteside. Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Donovan Mitchell with the rock. To Gobert. Rudy Gobert. 4 out of 7.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
And count the basket inside.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Dante Exum matched up with Lillard. Fires the three, buries the wide open three. That's too easy.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Nothing going here on that drive. Spins and scores.
It seems like yesterday I was rapping with this kid during the NBA pre-draft workout. He looked scrawny. Nobody knew if he could really make it. But the arrow continues to point straight up for Dame Lillard. Another terrific season. A first-time All-NBA first-team player. Tied for 4th in the league in scoring last year. This kid is no doubt about it. Dame time.
Going to launch beyond the arc. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Now ready for a couple of free throws. Dante Exum, a couple of free throws on the way. Shoots it at 75% for his career. First free throw is good. Goes 2 for 2. Lillard. Oh, good defense by the Jazz as they come away with the steal.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
And scores. Strong take.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
No good. No daylight. Great defense.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
Anthony. He buries it.
Look, that shot was going up regardless of what the defender was trying to do. That's called a heat check.
Now a whistle and a timeout for Utah as they'll make sure they're all on the same page here in the 4th quarter. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Lillard to Anthony. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Can't connect. Mitchell with it up top. He'll run the offense. Now ready to shoot at the line.
Look, I get it. Being down sucks. But you can't just start haphazardly playing defense and committing silly fouls. Play this game with purpose.
Bojan Bogdanovic. He's got 2 shots coming. A career 86% from the line. And hits the first free throw. Able to convert on both free throws. Lillard. Yes, give the advantage to the shooter.
Man, you making people dance out there? I see you with the footwork.
Donovan Mitchell with the rock. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
This is where I go back into player mode. If a dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Nothing going here on that drive. Lillard to Anthony. Lillard. Smothering D.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
And the reward, a couple of shots at the line.
I don't know, Ed. Maybe there's a long-term play here. But next game, we're going to be aggressive early. Maybe.
Bojan Bogdanovic at the line for 2 shots. Hasn't missed yet. First one, will count it. And he makes them both. Lillard to Whiteside. Knocked loose. Lillard. Man, that was a tough shot.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch, but great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point line.
Mitchell with the basketball. His guys holding a big lead. Blazers come away with it. Cashes in for 2.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Here we go. My ball, my ball.
Dante Exum guarded by McCollum. The drive right to the basket. Mitchell. Wide open look, won't go.
I don't know why he rushed that shot. He was wide open. Take your time.
Not that time. He misses. Exum into the front court. Looking to make something happen.
Make it tough on him.
Down to Gobert.
All by yourself.
Here's a chance from long range. Where's the chatter? No one was even close to him.
I know the refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
Lillard, shot off the mark. Good defense.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
The Jazz with 4 on the shot clock. To Whiteside. Lillard. He was all over him.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Lillard. Textbook defense.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Shot from the lane won't go. McCollum into the front court. Down a bundle to Anthony. Lets it fly from long range. Not going down here. From the painted area, won't go down. To Lillard. Here's Exum. His guys hold a commanding lead. Blazers have it. Lillard to Anthony. And draws the foul.
Just because a team's winning doesn't mean the refs are going to put away the whistle. Play right all the way through.
Team foul number 1 for the
Carmelo Anthony, couple of free throws on the way. A career 81% free throw shooter. Oops, he missed the first one. Off the mark, 0 for 2 at the line. Five to shoot for Utah. 4-3. Can't connect. It's no good. Nice finish at the rim.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Ingles, defended by McCollum.
Hey, watch this screen left.
To Gobert. Has a look. Ingles with a shot, no good. Lillard. And the rebound taken in by Utah. It's Jazz ball to Joe Ingles.
I'm hillside. I'm hillside.
Here comes the screen.
I got your help.
Down low for Gobert. Had a chance, but it's no good.
And that's next level defense. The defender took away the pocket space of the shooter. Now, as a shooter, they shoot hundreds of shots each and every day from that pocket with consistency. Now you force them to change the angle or the positioning of that pocket. You're going to lower the chances of them making that shot.
Joe Ingles to Gobert. Hassan Whiteside. Huge block. McCollum with the basketball. His guys down big. Knocked loose. And they call the foul. Careful there, Jay.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. The Jazz with 4 on the shot clock. Ah, that's a 24-second violation. Deep three at the buzzer. It's the Jazz who come away with the victory as they win this one in very convincing fashion. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Mccollum saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Jazz were simply amazing in this contest. You ask me, and I'll tell you, it was the ball movement that made all the difference. There's something to be said for a team that can win as a group, and that's what happened here today. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored. For the Utah Jazz, the Trailblazers lost this game long before the final buzzer. Losses like this become main discussion topics in the media. So hopefully this team is ready to answer the tough questions. It's not going to be fun. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Portland Trailblazers.
Game track. Steals. Player of the game.
If you asked him, I'm sure he'd give the credit to his teammate and coaches. But at the end of the day, we know that he's the one that made the biggest impact on this game.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have their off nights. Today was just one of those days for this guy. Here are the top 3 plays from the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of Ed Cohen and Jay Williams, this is Jalen Rose signing off.
Shot. Hands up. Shoot it, knock it down. knocked out, man. Get it knocked out.
Shot, bro. Hey, watch the screen left. Go.
Lockup time.
Come off the screen, come off the screen. Pass it, pass it. Got it. Good track, good track.
That's all we need all day.
I got him.
Bench up.
That's me, I got him.
boys. Screen, I got your help.
My ball.
It's the Celtics with the ball as we start this fourth and final quarter. And this game's been everything we could have hoped for. All tied up after 3.
This is what happens when you have winners on both sides. People who are not willing to give up and will continue to scrape and claw to get themselves in a position to win this ballgame.
Stein to Stevenson. Wide open look, won't go. Count the basket at the rim.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there, considering the score.
Grizzlies at the controls right now. Celtics come away with it.
Here's your chance to break this thing wide open.
Oh, good defense by Memphis as they come up with the steal.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Driving is Rondo, but a shot won't fall. And they call it.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. Conley into the front court. All even here in the fourth. 4-3. It's no good. Shots not going down. Right down Broadway. 4-2.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
Memphis with the rock. To Conley. Fires the three. Good contest on the three. Conley misses. Great look and vision. Goes reverse to lay it in.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Iguodala to bring it up. His guys trail now by 4. Conley. For 3. Can't go down. Smothering defense.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
It's Grizzlies ball. To Conley. Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. Fires the 3. Knocks it down.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
To Conley. now he's going to shoot a few more as he's fouled going up for it.
And as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Andre Iguodala has got 2 shots coming, 71% for his career. And he connects on the first free throw. And he makes them both. Lets it fly from beyond the arc, buries it on the catch and shoot.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch, but great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point line.
Into the front court comes Rondo. Lead stands at 10. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
And he can't convert the free throw. Cauley Stein. Celtics have it. And the nice finish at the rim.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Across the timeline, it's Conley. Trailing by 14. Oh, denied.
As my old teammate RJ would say, stay down, clown.
And the finish at the rim.
And if you're on defense on that last possession, no need to look over to the coach's bench, hold up your arms, wonder what did you do. Everybody got back, everybody communicated, everybody pointed. It was just better offense than there was defense.
Can't connect. Rondo into the front court. His guys holding the big lead. He takes it right at them and scores. You have to fill in there.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
To Conley. Stevenson. Stuffs it down with authority.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Beyond the arc for 3. It's good. That's the shot they wanted him to take.
Yeah, and what we're seeing is a brilliant offensive display. You have ball movement, player movement, and great shooting to top it off. You get those 3 things going, you're going to be a dynamic offensive unit.
Able to convert inside.
Old school equals high percentage.
Bad pass taken away by the Grizzlies. So important to take care of the basketball. Easy 2 on the other end after the turnover.
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace.
Conley into the front court. Down a bundle. Stevenson to Conley. Boston secures the rebound. Rondo with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. Willie Cauley Stein able to recover with the block. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Rondo. And the rebound cleared by Thompson. To the rim. Lays it up and in.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
assist.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Iguodala to bring it up. His guys down big. To Stevenson. Mccollum Stein. Lands Stevenson. Swats it.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
And scores. Strong take.
There's certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Here's a chance from long range. The rebound's pulled down by the Grizzlies.
I got him. Here we go. Here we go.
Stevenson. Knocks it down from mid-range.
There's a natural tendency when you guard a right dominant hand player to send him left. But for a guy who's a good mid-range shooter, that's wrong. His pace dribble is his left hand. Force him to go right and know that the chances are higher of him trying to drive and attack the rim. That's knowing the scouting report.
It's a victory here for the Celtics as they win this one handily. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Mccollum saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.